All right, it's been days in the waiting, and finally the mega vaccine drive, the biggest ever that the world has undertaken, will start in India tomorrow. The Prime Minister, of course, is going to inaugurate the vaccination drive. Preparations are on in full swing for a smooth vaccine rollout. Prime Minister will launch the pan-India rollout of COVID-19 vaccination at 10:30 a.m. He will also launch the CoWIN app. Over 3,000 sites across all states and union territories will be virtually connected. Around 100 beneficiaries will be vaccinated at each site on the first day. According to sources in Delhi, vaccines will reach 81 centres under the supervision of the DM tomorrow morning. Covaxin will be available at 6 centres and Covishield in 75 centres.
At one such vaccine center where this preparation that you see in front of me inside the vaccine room will show you how things are being laid out in preparation for 100 people per center to be vaccinated at a session site. So this is a vaccine room where healthcare workers who are listed on a list that was already submitted to the government will come through. They will be vaccinated here, and from there on, the vaccination officer too will look at any sort of adverse events for the vaccinator if there are any. Remember that each healthcare worker is supposed to wait at least half an hour after he or she gets the shot of life. After that, this being the emergency room, there are equipments, there is a stretcher, a glassware, there are medicines that may be required. In this case, mostly for Covishield at least, you will look at a paracetamol that could be given if there's a minor fever. Outside as well, there are stretchers kept for any severe adverse events if they are noticed, and this entire area has been cordoned off. Now, after you get the jab, you come outside and wait for any sort of problem and then exit onward after taking the vaccine.
Uttar Pradesh is all set for the final vaccination of the COVID-19, which is going to start from tomorrow on January 16th by PM Narendra Modi. And we are here at the KGMU Center where tomorrow 100 beneficiaries will be getting the benefit. If I talk about Uttar Pradesh, there are total 317 centers with 31,700 beneficiaries on the day one, and the total number of beneficiaries is expected to be around 8.50 lakh for the first phase. The preparations were going on. UP has done the dry run thrice, and so they have made sure that arrangements are intact and there are no lacking as far as the final vaccination is concerned. Also, looking at the numbers of the Uttar Pradesh, it is very important that what needs to be done. Certainly in this center, specifically in KGMU, the numbers are 100. They are all prepared. And if I talk about Uttar Pradesh, around 20,000 staff and medical people will be deployed for this drive. But as far as the preparations are concerned, it's all done. It's only wait for the 16th January when in the morning PM Narendra Modi will begin this drive. And in Uttar Pradesh, around 9 lakh health workers will be getting the benefit of the first ever COVID-19 vaccination in Uttar Pradesh. In Lucknow with cameraman Neeraj Kumar, Abhishek Mishra for India Today.
We are at Gandhi Hospital of Hyderabad. It is one of the biggest hospitals of Telangana, and here preparations are on for the mega vaccination drive as well as the interaction, the video conference with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with frontline healthcare workers. In Gandhi Hospital of Hyderabad, 30 healthcare workers, including sanitation workers, they'll get vaccine on Saturday. 30 numbers of healthcare workers, frontline workers, they've been identified and they'll get vaccine at this Gandhi Hospital. Apart from Gandhi Hospital, a total 139 centers have been identified across state, including 123 in districts. There are 30 healthcare workers in each center. They'll get vaccinated on Saturday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with the healthcare worker here in Hyderabad at Gandhi Hospital. Apart from that, he'll also interact with the healthcare worker in Rangadedi district. There one primary healthcare center is identified for the interaction. So preparations are on. Almost 35,000 healthcare workers have been trained by the government for this mega vaccination drive. With camera person Damodar, Ashish in Hyderabad for India Today.
one more day to go for vaccine drive, and in Chennai we're currently at Rajiv Gandhi Hospital, where you could see the vaccination area. All kind of like preparations have been already done, and even the boxes that are supposed to transport the vials are here. And like Chennai so far has received 5,56,500 vaccines, of which 5,36,500 are from Covishield, and the rest 20,000 is Covaxin. Our officials here claim that all measures have been taken and 2 dry runs have been already done, and what they have to do currently is that just segregating each and every part over there. In fact, they even have a crash cart at this part to make sure that everything is taken care of and sort of. These are the boxes that are going to have the vials, and these boxes can't control the temperature itself. Just a few kilometers away from here, we have the actual state depot where the vaccines are currently stored, and from there it will be transported to this port, and from here it will be provided to the people. The first batch is actually allocated for health staff workers, and we are expecting that clearly 1 lakh health staff workers in Chennai itself will be vaccinated, and per day they are attempting to vaccinate 100 people. So this is a schedule for now, and all is going as per plan. With camera person Divyan, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
All right, let's quickly move on right now. Today was the 9th round of talks between the government and the farmers, and it came down to absolutely nothing. 9th talk. Now, that's the big question. Have the talks completely failed between the government and the farmers? This as both government and the farmers stuck to their demands. However, the next round of talks are scheduled, and they're scheduled for January 19th. The talks, in fact, were held in the backdrop of Supreme Court appointing an expert panel to hear grievances of farmers and the government's views. However, BKU spokesperson Rajesh Tikait asserted that farmers will not go before the panel.
तीनों कानून, जिसमें 2 नए एक संशोधित है, उनके बारे में चर्चा हुई और आवश्यक वस्तु अधिनियम के संशोधन पर विस्तार से चर्चा हुई। चर्चा में उन्होंने अपना मत व्यक्त किया और हमारे मंत्री जी ने विस्तार से उस एक्ट को सभी यूनियन के साथ सामने रखा और उनकी जो शंकाएं हैं उनको समाधान करने की कोशिश की। लेकिन चर्चा निर्णायक मोड़ पर नहीं पहुंच पाई।
अभी 2 इशू हैं, 3 कानून और एमएसपी। एमएसपी पे सरकार भागना चाहती है, लेकिन भागना नहीं देना। एमएसपी से ही शुरुआत होगी, 3 कूच से शुरुआत होगी, तो देखते हैं सरकार कहाँ तक जाएगी। कोर्ट में नहीं हम जा रहे, कोर्ट की कमेटी के सामने नहीं जा रहे, और सरकार से ही हम बात करेंगे, उसी से ही कानूनों को वापसी करोगे।
ठीक है जी, अगला प्लान, एक्शन प्लान क्या रहेगा? अगला प्लान
महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु पर फोकस करने की बात।
2 ही बिंदु है, एमएसपी पे कानून बने, 3 कानून वापसी हो।
Connecting to Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor. Rahul, it does seem that the talks have completely broken down, even though there is another date. It's day 54, Rahul. Now it seems it's going to be all eyes on the 26th January, where there very well could be a face-off, because the farmers are adamant they're going to march into Rajpath. All right, we seem to be having a bit of an audio connect with Rahul Srivastava. We're going to try and rectify that. But that's the big story, and we're going to keep a keen eye on all the developments there. Meanwhile, let me quickly, right now, shift focus to the other big developing story that we're tracking. And that story, viewers, comes from the state of West Bengal. Things are not really looking good where the TMC is concerned. 5 months before elections, there is talk a lot where desertion is concerned. On the other hand, Home Minister Amit Shah is chairing a key meet of Bengal BJP leaders in the capital. BJP President JP Nadda is also in the meet. All office bearers, including Mukul Roy, Dilip Ghosh, are present. All of this comes as BJP's Bengal in charge, Kailash Vijayvargiya, made a stunning claim, saying that he's in touch with 41 TMC MLAs who are all set to join the BJP. He also said if these legislators defect, Mamata Banerjee's government will collapse. Vijayvargiya added that BJP will not induct leaders who do not have a good image. Remember, Mamata Banerjee's TMC has been hit by a series of defections in recent times.
मेरे पास 41 विधायकों की सूची है जो बीजेपी में आना चाहते हैं। यदि वो 41 विधायक को मैं ले लूं तो सरकार गिर जाए, पर हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि किसको लेना और किसको नहीं लेना। यदि छवि खराब है किसी की तो हम नहीं लेंगे उसको, ये हमने सोचा है। तो क्योंकि सबको लग रहा है कि ममता जी की सरकार जा रही है और मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार आ रही है।
I want to connect right now to my colleague Polumi Saha, who's joining us with the latest updates. Polumi, you know, that's a big statement coming in. 41 MLAs ready to join the BJP is what Kailash Vijayvargiya says.
Oh, absolutely. The BJP has been, of course, on a shopping spree, if you may, trying to lure in more members of the TMC party into the BJP fold ahead of the Bengal elections. They say that there are a lot of disgruntled, party persons within the Trinamool Congress, and all of them are in touch with the Bharatiya Janata Party and are waiting to jump ship from the TMC to the BJP. Recently, Trinamool's Member of Parliament from Birbhum, Shatabdi Roy, put out a very cryptic tweet on her social media page saying that she will be making some sort of an announcement at 2 p.m. on the 16th of January, which is tomorrow, which has, sent this speculation to the roof, really, as to whether she is indeed hinting at, going away from the TMC. Currently, she's in a meeting with Abhishek Banerjee in Kolkata. It remains to be seen if the TMC manages to keep her back within the Trinamool fold, or will Shatabdi Roy, who has been a former actor, jump ship from the TMC into the Bharatiya Janata Party.
All right, Polumi, appreciate you joining us. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments there, but the BJP is going hammer and tongs. It's pretty much all the stops have been taken off. The Prime Minister himself will be visiting West Bengal next week, where Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose birth centenary is concerned. All right, let me now quickly shift focus to the other big developing story we are tracking, and it is the Ram Mandir building. Well, chanda or donation for the Ram Mandir have already started, and it's come from no one else, the first citizen of India. President Ramnath Kovind donated 5,01,000 rupees for the construction. MP Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan handed over a cheque of 1 lakh to the leader of Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Surat-based diamond merchant has donated 11 crores, while another businessman from Rai Bareli has donated 1 crore. The VHP has started its 12-day-long program to collect donations. 13 crore families. The party workers will visit 5.5 lakh villages to collect the money, which will be deposited in banks on a daily basis. Coupons starting from rupees 10 have been made with an image of Lord Ram for the donations. All right, let's get you the very latest where the Army Chief is concerned. The Chief of Army, General M.M. Naravane, today gave a stern warning where Pakistan and China was concerned. Let's get you the latest on that front. Speaking on the occasion of the 73rd Army Day, General Naravane called the Chinese aggression a conspiracy to change status quo. On the ongoing tensions with China at the LAC, the Army Chief was adamant on a complete rollback of laws. The government wanted discussions on amendments. He said that the 8th round of
पिछला वर्ष सेना के लिए बेहद चुनौतीपूर्ण रहा। उत्तरी सीमाओं पर चीन के साथ चल रहे तनाव से आप परिचित हैं। देश के सीमाओं पर एक तरफा बदलाव की साजिश को मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया गया। मैं देश को विश्वास दिलाना चाहूँगा कि गलवान की वीरों की शहादत व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगी। भारतीय सेना देश के संप्रभुता और सुरक्षा पर कोई आंच नहीं आने देगी। हम बातचीत और राजनीतिक प्रयासों से विवादों का समाधान के प्रति प्रतिबद्ध हैं, लेकिन कोई भी हमारे धैर्य की परीक्षा करने की गलती ना करें। नियंत्रण रेखा पर भी दुश्मन के हर नापाक इरादे का करारा जवाब दिया जा रहा है। पाकिस्तान आतंकवादियों को पनाह देने की अपनी आदत से लाचार है। सीमा पर प्रशासन शिविरों में तकरीबन 300 से 400 आतंकवादी घुसपैठ करने की फिराक में बैठे हैं। पिछले वर्ष सीज फायर वायलेशन में 44% बढ़ोतरी हुई, जो कि पाकिस्तान के नापाक इरादों का सबूत है। सरहद पार से ड्रोन्स और टनल्स के द्वारा भी हथियार की स्मगलिंग करने की कोशिश की गई। पिछले वर्ष सेना ने नियंत्रण रेखा और काउंटर टेररिस्ट ऑपरेशंस में 200 से भी अधिक आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया। इन प्रयासों से JNK में न केवल हिंसा की घटनाओं में काफ़ी गिरावट आई है, बल्कि अवाम को भी आतंकवाद से राहत मिली है।
All right, let's just move on right now. Once again, racism where cricket is concerned in Australia has reared its head again. India is having a tough time, the Indian cricket team, where racism from the Australian team side and fans are concerned. The latest, Mohammad Siraj, was again subjected to abuses from a section of the crowds in Brisbane during the opening day of the fourth test. Siraj was fielding at the boundary when he was allegedly called bloody grub from a group of people sitting in the stands. Sydney Morning Herald quoted a spectator saying that Siraj and Washington Sundar were both abused by a group of people. Remember, Siraj was subjected to racial abuse during the Sydney Test too, when he was called a monkey and brown dog. Spectators were then thrown out of the stadium after the Indian team complained about the issue. All right, going to go into a quick break. On the other side, it's a fact check segment. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching a fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. Now, there is an image or a video that's floating about suggesting that farmers are practicing with their tractor rally for 26 January. The fact check on that, they might be doing so, but this picture or this video has nothing to do with the farmers rehearsing for 26 January. This is a completely unrelated video attributed to the farmers. So false there. With busting of this claim, let's quickly cut across to a commercial break. On the other side is To The Point. To stay with me.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.